Welcome to Tete-a-Tete, a head-to-head conversation about how to get more bang for your buck when utilizing flower bulbs in your garden landscape. And now, celebrating their 125th year as a family business, here are your hosts, Brent and Jay Hutchins.
Everybody, welcome to another edition of Tete-a-Tete. Today's date is Monday, November the 24th. We're heading straight into Thanksgiving, right around the corner. And it is that time of year where some people may have ordered some pre-cooled bulbs that we'll be sending them, or maybe you got yours in advance and you've cooled them prematurely. And now you're going to wonder what to do next. So we're going to talk about pre-cooled bulbs today. And joining me is this guy right over here, Brent Heath.
Oh, good morning. How are you today?
Doing good. Good. Well, let's just say that someone has received bulbs that they want to pre-cool on their own. We've heard you say things like the earlier blooming bulbs are the ones to cool. What's the process of them pre-cooling their own bulbs?
Well, if you have them and they're early bloomers, you can put them in a refrigerator at about 35 degrees without fruits and vegetables, which would give off ethylene gas and cause the bulbs to abort their bloom. So it should be the beer fridge.
Okay.
And keep them there. The early bloomers take about 12 weeks of cooling.
Okay.
In order to get that vernalization, the proper term. And then they're ready to take out and root in good soil in a container of a good compost media, and 3 times the height of the bulb with soil underneath. Don't need to bury the bulbs like in the ground. And then put them in a room that's 50 to 60 degrees. They root very quickly at that temperature. And once rooted, then you can put them on a seedling heat mat that is 70 degrees. With a warm bottom, they get started quickly. And then as soon as they emerge, and in the interim, you keep them watered as well. But once they've emerged, then you want to water about once a week. And put them under a grow light or a cool LED light about a foot above, and they will stay nice and compact as they come up. They won't stretch for the light. And you can have them in bloom typically in about 3 or 4 more weeks.
Wow.
So,
all right. So that's the process that they can do if they want to force or pre-cool things on their own to get potted up early.
So now they won't be seeing them until the end of January or February, probably.
The ones that they're getting from us.
Well, no, we're going to be shipping them in early December.
Okay.
But they'll see them in bloom January.
I see. That's what you mean.
February.
Okay. All right.
If they do their own, it may not be until March.
Okay.
So,
and that's the exact same process that we use to get them pre-cooled, because we do sell them as pre-cooled.
That's correct.
That's the same process.
And once they get them from us, it's important that they root them within 10 days of having received them.
Okay.
The longer you wait, they lose the effect of cooling.
Okay. All right. And that could also be, the folks that may want to force them early up north where it's already cold, they would have to provide the heat. But down south, if they get pre-cooled,
they can just put them right out in the warm and
right out in the ground.
They should do fine.
Okay.
Well, they can put them in the ground. Oh, yes, because those snowbirds don't get enough cool. Where they're used to having spring flowering bulbs, they can get our pre-cool bulbs and plant them right in the soil.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
have them bloom for the first year. And typically, unless they get enough cooling that second year, they probably won't perform very well.
Okay. So that's you folks down south where it's just too warm.
Yeah.
But let's say that someone up north wanted them to bloom a little earlier, so they pre-cooled them, got them forced in a vase and maybe growing inside. The growing time is over. Now what?
Well, if the soil is no longer frozen and you don't expect lows of below the 20s. You can take them out and put them in your garden.
Okay, just stick them right in the ground.
Now look for all those empty spots where you didn't plant bulbs in the fall,
right?
And you fill them in with the bulbs in the spring.
Interesting, because the timing would almost be that by the time they're done in the pot, you can actually actively see your spring garden outside.
That's right.
And that's how you fill it in.
Right. And Denise pre-cools, well, she pots up lots of bulbs here.
Right.
Where they have the natural cooling. And she has them available in the spring for people to fill in where they forgot to plant bulbs in the fall.
Yeah, that people come in all the time just take home a carload.
And I'm amazed how many they potted up already this year. Wow.
Yeah, so we'll have a good supply of those in the bulb shop locally here in Gloucester when it comes for next springtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about some of the varieties that we're doing?
Yeah, and
that's pretty cool.
Let's talk about those varieties and exactly why we've chose those.
Okay. Well, we're thinking in terms of early bloomers take less cooling time and perform better forced. And typically we've also looked for cultivars that are shorter in stature and work better on pots.
Okay.
Okay, Abba. I thought they named this in the honor of the Lord, but the grower said no, it's a rock group. Yeah, we love this one. It's a mutation of Cragford. It's a double, has a lovely fragrance, and 5 or 6 flowers on a stem. So a really great one.
That is nice.
Next is a little bit later bloomer naturally, but one of the best pinks called Accent, a large cup. And the next, Avalanche. Now, Avalanche to me is one of the all-time favorites of mine, simply because there are 15 or 20 blooms on a stem.
Wow.
In the old days, they called it 17 Sisters. It's a Tizeta type, so has that musky, sweet fragrance, but not overpowering like Paperwhites.
Okay. All right.
And the next is Early Cheer. Now, Early Cheer is short in stature and big individual double florets and quite lovely on pots. It often wins blue ribbons in the Philadelphia Flower Show and places like that. And then Jetfire. The Cyclaminius cultivars are often very early blooming, but lovely orange trumpet scups with flared back petals, super ones for a container. And then Little Alfred is a new one for us this year, but it's like a miniature the so-called King Alfred, a miniature trumpet daffodil, not miniature, but dwarf, intermediate. That's
intermediate.
The term, intermediate. Sure. And then we do have a true miniature called Little Gem. That's only about 3 or 4 inches tall, but it's a real soldier.
It really is.
A lovely little daffodil. And then Martinet, another Tizeta type, but yellow and orange, and a wonderful performer. Monal, yellow perianth and reddish orange cup. Very great early one. And then Pipit. Pipit's early mid-season. That's what we call a reverse bicolor, where the cups open yellow and turn white on a soft yellow perianth.
Nice.
And a multi-flowered jonquilla type. So wonderful fragrance. St. Cavern is very strong, very long lasting. It is almost a trumpet daffodil, but it was bred for the cut flower trade because the flowers last so long and strong stems. And then Tete-a-Tete, the world's most numerous daffodil.
Unstoppable.
They grow more of that for growing on pots.
Mm-hmm.
I think they grow maybe 95% of them are grown for growing on pots. We gardeners use 5% maybe.
And they're perfect. They have been part of a miniature mix that I've planted out in the parking lot. Okay. Some of the other bulbs have faded away over time, but Tete-a-Tete every year, and I'm talking over 10 years ago. Yeah. It is strong, comes back all the time.
With your planting machine.
Did it with the planting machine, and it just comes back every year.
And Topolino, not a miniature, but again, an intermediate, lovely white and yellow trumpet one.
Nice.
Then we go to the Tulips, Apricot Beauty. has the additional benefit of not of lovely shades of pink, but having a lovely light fragrance.
Nice.
Bakery Lilac Wonder is a miniature tulip, a species hybrid or species selection, wonderful. Pink with a gold center. So that's awesome. And then I love the double early tulips. So exotic emperor is actually a double Fosteriana, but it's wonderful. Very long lasting in bloom, pure white with green streaks on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Foxtrot is one of our most popular tulips that we sell. It's a double, really lovely pink with a white edge on the petals. And Mary Jo, a double yellow, double early yellow. And again, all these early ones have some fragrance, but then we get to Orca, and that one really has the fragrance.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Orange tends to have more fragrance in tulips.
That's strange. Huh, didn't know that.
Orca is double early. Princess Irene is spectacular. Multiple colors in it, burgundy at the base and orange and red streak coming up. One of our all-time favorites. I had to count bulbs the other day, and even its bulbs are beautiful.
Oh yeah.
We're short on. We had a late season, and they didn't get to count them all mechanically. So I have the best. I have 10 digits that work real well. I've counted a lot of bulbs this fall.
But there's a reason why you chose that one to put on the cover of your tulip book that you wrote.
We did
a while ago.
It is one of our all-time favorites.
Yeah, it's
lovely fragrance with it as well.
Yeah.
And then Promise, new one for me, but a double early, a very good one. You and Denise are getting to pick these new ones now.
Mm-hmm.
You all the ones that go to Holland and visit the growers, and this must have impressed you there.
Very impressive.
And then Purple Prince is a wonderful early. Boy, is that sort of a little burgundy and purple and pink all at the same time.
All at the same time.
But then we go to anemones, and the anemone carnaria. These are the florist anemones. And this one, Mr. Fokker, named for the airplane builder.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, easy to force. Then the hyacinths. Hyacinths, of course, are great because they're stocky and sturdy. And Blue Jacket is just an old favorite. Lovely fragrance. And then Pink Pearl, another old favorite. Lovely mid pink with a deeper stripe in the center. And then White Ideal, pure white. And then Yellow Cream, which is the closest to true yellow I've seen in a hyacinth.
Mm-hmm.
Hyacinths have every color in the rainbow. It's amazing. And then we have a little bulb called Iphion. And Iphion Jesse is coming from the Andes, the southern hemisphere. And it's it's only 2 or 3 inches tall. And then Muscari armeniacum alida. Anyhow, and then Muscari armeniacum. And this one is a softer blue form of Muscari called Manon.
Beautiful.
Manon. Okay.
And those are just the ones that seem to do the best and are the easiest to get forced.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So you've got plenty of time to do it. That order soon. I think some are maybe close to selling out or sold out.
No clue.
But there's still plenty available.
Yeah. Now, if these are the ones that are the easiest, can you force late blooming bulbs? It just takes longer, or no?
It takes longer, and they don't do as well because it gets too warm by the time you're ready for them.
I got you.
And they just don't perform as well.
Okay. Well, there's some information on if you'd like to force some on your own, how to do that, or if you'd like to go down the varieties that Brent just read and have us pre-cool them for you. Talking to all you folks down south in Florida, Texas, Mississippi. Although Mississippi can grow some daffodils.
Well, but it's coastal, the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, the Gulf Coast area.
That's the area you're talking about.
Yeah.
They don't get them out full.
Yeah. So if you'd like for us to do it for you, we can do that. Just a little bit more than what it would cost if you had just got them and done it yourself. but we'll be happy to. We've got the space and the knowledge, and we'll just send them to you at the right time to get them potted up. You can check those out at brentandbeckysbulbs.com. If you'd like to look at them, just do a search for the word pre-cooled, and you'll be able to see that list right there. Brent, thanks so much for coming in to talk about chilling these things.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Jay.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you for joining us again for another edition of Tete a Tete. We look forward to seeing you next time. And hey, it's Thanksgiving week. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank you for joining us today on Tete a Tete. You can subscribe to this program by finding us on your favorite podcast platform like iTunes, Spotify, and more. You can also watch us on our YouTube channel and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just search for Brent and Becky's. Until next time, let's get out there and make the world more beautiful. We'll see you next time on Tete a Tete.